Right, here with Matt Lockie on camera. Hello, Matt.
Hello, hello.
How to break 80, how to break 90. We did a how to break 90 video, but you could do this with any score you want to break, really. What was clear, if you haven't seen the video, maybe a link up here for you to watch the original video of us trying to break 90 but swinging at a certain speed, because you can relate your handicaps quite often, and there's always people that fall out of these brackets, so don't worry if you're hitting it miles but still can't break 90 or 80, you're one of the anomalies. But the majority of people fall into brackets of club head speeds and ball speeds and distances.
Yeah.
We tried to hit the ball certain distance on a big course to see if we could break 90, break the score that people want to break. And what was quite clear when we were doing this is how our equipment that was built for our club head speeds wasn't really helping us, was it?
No, having to manufacture stuff.
We were really having to try and get stuff out of clubs that were made for us swinging at our over 100 mile an hour swings. So I've got two drivers here. I've got a TS3 my driver, which is in a 9.25 loft, and I've got a TS2 in an 11 degree loft. It says 9.5, but I've lofted it up on the sleeve. And I'm going to show you swinging at a certain speed, the difference I get out of these two drivers. And you could apply these to any manufacturer, any driver you want. Don't get bogged down in the TS2, TS3 kind of advert here, even though they are great drivers. Go and buy you should buy 4 of them each, like in your bag. What?
Each different loft.
It's more to do with how making sure that you've got equipment that helps you break these scores, because I see student after student just having ridiculous clubs, and I think you're not going to break scores that easily hitting those clubs. Right, so I'm going to start with my 9.25 TS3, and my ball speed needs to be around 130 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And that gives me my carry of around, hopefully, 200 to 230. Basically, we weren't allowed to hit the ball over 230 yards through the air was the game. So you felt safe carrying it at like 210, so you didn't get your penalty. And then we're going to hit some with the 11 degree driver, and we'll show you the difference in the data. So let's capture a few with mine to start. 9.25 loft. One of the things I noticed when I was hitting this club, that's a 134 ball speed. But one thing I noticed that was really clear is that it kind of just kept falling out the air.
Yes.
And it made me feel really uncomfortable trying to hit target. I didn't know if it was going to dip to the left or dip to the right, because obviously I'm going to put more speed in, which generally higher spin, but then I'm using a club with a low spin to try and calm that down. You go and reduce the speed, that reduces the spin as well. Now you get a driver just not spinning enough. They just dip out the air. It's so funny. Like, if I had this driver, I would be having to swing, well, I think really manufacture my natural delivery to get the most out of it. Let's compare this now then to the TS2, but obviously in the 11 degree loft. Instantly going slower, I'm happy staring at more loft.
Yeah.
That feels like you're going to do that, which is just pop it up in the air.
Yeah.
I don't have to work to do that. Right, one more with TS2. Instantly feels easier, the ball stays up in the air, it doesn't dip out. It feels like I can hit fairway more, like the deviation feels less as well.
Yeah.
Just because that spin is more sustainable, I think. Bearing in mind, when we did this test, it was so obvious how distance played a massive role to if I could make more pars. Obviously there's other elements, and we'll cover those in other videos. You know, great short games, we both realised would be so handy because you're going to use it so much. Never hitting off line. Well, I would call this a part of never hitting off line. I'm going to hit more off line with that lower one, I feel, than I do with a higher lofted club.
Yeah.
But there's other things obviously you can do in your swing to try and keep the ball in play. To break these scores you want to break, you got to be better. You got to hit it straighter, you got to hit it longer, you got to hold more putts, hit it closer, and chip it closer. So Matt was in charge of numbers. What you got for me, Matt?
Numbers, so 9.25 driver.
Yeah.
That you hit first. Ball speed 132. Launching at 9 degrees.
Oh.
Bit low.
Well, when I swing at full speed, I launch at 15, 16s, even 20s. I can launch it at.
Spin rate at 2.3, so launching low and spinning quite low for that speed.
How low did some of the spins get?
Into the 1,000, 1,800 and 2,000, like you're all low 2,000s.
So not enough speed to sustain that kind of spin, I would say.
Yeah. Peak heighting 15 yards in the air.
Wow, that's a flat ball.
It's a damn ball.
So there's run to be had out of those numbers?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I would say there is, yeah, when it's coming in, because your descent angle's 25.
Yeah.
Compared to now, if we go to the 11-degree driver, your descent angle was 36, so a big difference in how that ball's coming in, so
Massive.
it's going to run. Carry 211, so 13 yards further with your more lofted driver.
Wow, so I can just instantly gain another club into a green.
Yep.
Even close to 2.
Yeah, when we were looking at the yardages, it's probably one club.
1.5
11
to 1.
yards was about the difference in the clubbings when you were doing it at this speed.
Yeah.
Peak height nearly double, 26.
Yeah. Go over stuff.
And spin 2,700 compared to 2.3, so more. And it was more consistent in that area.
And what about direction?
Direction. You were actually averaging straighter on the lower lofted, but you were 20 yards right, 20 yards left, 18 yards left. Whereas this one you had one bad one. Like if you took your 28 left out on your more lofted club, you're only 0.7 left.
Yeah, absolutely. And it felt that way.
Yeah, and I felt like that when we were out there doing the test. Like I was trying to, my 9-degree driver, I'm just trying to hit up to try and get it in the air a bit more.
Yeah.
And then I just found out that after that it was too hard to control left and right, things like D-plane. And then I just tried to get some more loft and some more spin on it to try and control it a bit more. Really
Interesting for me, isn't it? So this is where the ego gets in the way, isn't it? Because what happens, so I'm playing with you, who has more speed, and you're a scratch handicapper.
Yeah.
So you're watching videos on how to break 70.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm watching how to break 90, but I want to be you. But I want to be you and hit your driver? Totally not.
Yeah.
And I think people make this connection. Look at how companies market.
Yeah.
They use tour players basically and say, look, this club was developed by our tour players. But hang on, I want an 11-degree friendly driver.
Yeah.
So I think it's such an interesting message. So matching your equipment to you, which will have a relation to what score you want to break, but it will absolutely not have a relation as well if you think about it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because what's going to happen is I'm going to have to use a driver at that speed that the average person breaking 90 or struggling to break 90 should also be using as well. But I'm getting into the 80s because I'm straight.
Yeah.
My iron plays okay.
Game's better.
I can putt.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So you've got to match this stuff to what you bring to the delivery table so much. Otherwise, what you're doing is trying to match your ego to someone else's, but your speeds are different, your deliveries are different.
Yeah.
I think that's a really good message for so many people. I definitely, out of your students, how many of them come in with equipment that you think, I'm so pleased you've got that?
Well, equipment's one of my first questions for a new student. Are you custom fit? Yes or no? If you're not, oh God. And
here
sometimes if you are fit, oh God as well.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
But
I think the gains are loads smaller in your equipment to what you can get from your swing.
Yeah.
But think about it. What swing am I going to have to develop to hit this driver, which is the one that the scratch handicapper at my club that I plays with? So I bought it because he said it was good. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I can't improve my swing with this. I have to get those numbers, and to do that I have to swing very differently. I mean, there are those numbers. I can get those. That's still spinning quite low.
Yeah.
But I mean, I could work it out. But why would I butcher my movement that we've already found out with the 11? Was really, apart from one shot, was like on the money, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Good stuff, Matt.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it?
Post comments down below if you want to break whatever score, 80, 90. Like I say, this applies to, I see this on tour ranges with guys who are trying to break into the 60s in every round, getting that equipment that matches their delivery. And this is why you'll see Justin Thomas hit a 5-wood. Justin Thomas, massive speed, hits a 5-wood.
Yeah.
You know, and unfortunately for him, he says his 3-wood goes too far. Oh,
sorry.
my heart bleeds. But do you see what I mean? He's using what would be known as a amateur club, a lofted fairway wood, because it fits the gap and fits the number he wants to hit. You know, American courses, hard greens, he wants it coming in high and stopping, so he's tailored it around it. Getting fit to allow you to get lower sounds like a sales pitch. It's not, because it'll absolutely help you with your delivery, help you understand if you need to change it, help you understand if you don't need to change it but you need to change it. Yes, good one that, Matt.
Nice one.
Comments down below normally, isn't it?
Yeah, comments down below, thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell.
Yeah, if you're already subscribed, ring the bell.
Yeah.
And let's see what they got to say, shall we? I always like getting into the comments. Got down there.